Liverpool are looking increasingly likely to sign Hugo Ekitike for around the £80 million mark on a 6-year deal. Hello Liverpool fans and welcome back to For the Red. So today has been a jam-packed one, full of breaking news around Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike and even a little bit of Rodrigo. So we're going to discuss a little bit in this video now. So let's start off with the first one, which was this morning's news of Liverpool pushing forward with contract talks and negotiations with Frankfurt for Hugo Ekitike. It is believed that the two clubs are in constant conversations, with one bid already being rejected, and Liverpool Football Club have already agreed personal terms with Hugo Ekitike for the 6-year deal. Now, I've just finished the live stream and I'll pin the video there, but this is a really big deal for me because having done a little bit of research on Hugo Ekitike prior to the whole public interest over the last couple of days, and then doing a little bit more of a deep dive today and looking at some incredible accounts on social media who have broke down his stats, his expected goals, but more of the underlying stuff that Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes would be having access to and would be looking at. Hugo Ekitike is an absolute guaranteed star in the making. He's fast, he is creative, he is a goal scorer, he is just slightly overperforming his XG of his footballing career. His data also tells us that the chances that he gets that you expect to score, he scores. The chances that he's getting where it's a bit of a 50-50, he's performing averagely there, like majority. And then the chances that he gets where he shouldn't really score, he doesn't score. Now, I saw a few comments of people saying, well, he's just another Darwin Núñez, and I completely understand the trepidation that people will have regarding this deal. It's another young striker from a foreign league where he's had a season when he was younger, and then his season before coming to Liverpool is a bit of a not a breakout season, but it's a good performing season. But there's a difference here because the underlying numbers that Darwin Núñez has compared to Hugo Ekitike are like chalk and cheese. The chances that Darwin gets, Hugo just simply isn't getting often enough at Frankfurt. Darwin's missing them, whereas Hugo Ekitike is putting them away left, right and centre. Ball striking as well. I was looking at his ball striking recently. He has every kind of finish. He can pass it in with the side of his foot. He can lace through it. He can be creative with little touches and flicks in and around the box, but also into the goal. This is a striker who not only fixes Liverpool's goal scoring issues from their number 9 in the immediate, but also can create the foundations of Liverpool's number 9 over the next 4, 5, 6 seasons. And it's why he's getting a bumper deal. It's why Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes and the rest of the Liverpool data team are willing to throw such a hefty fee at this 23-year-old footballer. But where does that leave Alexander Isak? Now, Alexander Isak wanted the move to Liverpool Football Club. He'd be daft not to. Liverpool want Alexander Isak. There's no two ways about that. And if Newcastle turned around at the making of this video and said, you know what, actually, we'll come to the table for Alexander Isak, I bet you any money Liverpool would stall things with Hugo Ekitike and go straight over to Newcastle to get that deal done. But the chances of that happening are slim. You could argue Newcastle have actually put their own future building and their own future success into a little bit of jeopardy to try and make this statement or save face or spite Liverpool of not taking their best player, when the reality is that 140 million pound that they would receive, 80 million of that top dollar goes to Hugo Ekitike, and they have the Isak replacement who's arguably younger and has a higher ceiling, whilst also having headroom for future signings and not being in any kind of issues with PSR. So for Newcastle to reject this deal, it just makes no sense to me, and I'm really surprised. It doesn't bode well for Alexander Isak either. I think next season you'll see him still perform because he's an absolutely world-class footballer, but there's always going to be that little thing in the back of his mind that he could have moved. I'd imagine he'll spend the majority of next season talking to clubs to try and sort out a move for the following summer to ensure that that happens. I think Newcastle have made a mistake here. I could be wrong. I could be speaking from a biased place of Liverpool Football Club, but I do think Newcastle have made a mistake. Let me know what you think in the comments if you're a Newcastle fan watching, or even if you're just any football fan watching. And whilst you're also here, I would really appreciate it if you hit like, subscribe to For the Reds, and share this video. We're really trying to rebirth For the Reds. We got off to a flying start when we first started back in 2022, and we've grown really quickly. I think it was 2023, no, 22. But we've grown really quickly, and it was loads of fun. But the simple matter of the fact is that you can't do this all the time, and you can't be consistent with it unless you're getting something back, and that's monetization. So the quicker that we can get to 500 subscribers and we can start monetizing the live streams, and the quicker that we can get to 1,000 subscribers and monetize the videos, the more content I can give you. It's just, the world works that way, unfortunately. It's that simple. Speaking of money, Rodrigo, Real Madrid. It is reported that Liverpool have held talks with Real Madrid and Rodrigo's agent. I think it was yesterday. Liverpool are looking at this to replace Luis Diaz. You'd imagine is the situation. I personally believe they're working on something where they find a price for Rodrigo, and then that's what they charge for Luis Diaz. That money comes in, goes straight to Real Madrid. Rodrigo comes in. According to the reports, Rodrigo himself is keen on a move to the Premier League, and he's keen on a move to Liverpool Football Club. Reports in the last couple of hours as well that Arsenal have pulled out of the race for him. I think this is a 50-50 one, and I know you're going to say I'm sitting on the fence. I completely get that. But I think it all comes down to what Real Madrid ask. If their price is fair, which means we can ask for a fair price for Luis Diaz, I would not be surprised to see Rodrigo come through the doors at Liverpool. If they price us out, I'd imagine we'll turn our attentions to Anthony Gordon and Malik Fofana. That's just my opinion on it. But yeah, so make sure you subscribe, stick around for the live streams because there are going to be loads coming, and I mean as many Liverpool videos as I can and give you as much content as I can. Be sure to look out for me on different channels as well because I'm going to try and do some collabing. But yeah, Liverpool and For the Reds, we're back collabing together. Yeah, I'm back making content about Liverpool Football Club, the club that I love and adore, and I'm back bringing it to you guys who've been such good supporters of For the Reds, and I hope continue to do so. So yeah, I really appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one.